Alrighty, out here on the 20th April. It's Friday, looking at these fields, checking a few fields, see about spraying some burn down today and tomorrow. I want to point something out here on why we do strip till. I know a lot of people aren't real familiar with it. It's not a terribly common tillage practice. Seems to be picking up a little bit of speed though the past couple of years. And this is our 13th year with it, I think. But anyway, you know, out here in the bean stubble, you got a couple options. You know, you could no-till into it, which doesn't, no-till's okay, but around here our soils are almost too heavy and the weed pressure's getting too much. We need to have some ground worked up at least. So no-till, you know, we got some soils that it would work good on, but we opted to go with the strip till for the corn. And you know, you could just leave it and work the ground, and you know, just leave it in the fall time, not work the ground. You know, have all this residue cover up on top. You scrape all this away, scrape all that back. You know, the ground's cold to the touch. It's very moist and everything. It's cold and wet. You don't really want to plant seed into that. It's going to take, you know, several more days to dry out because the residue's covering it. You know, you're going to have to wait a little bit before, you know, you can go out there when it's just wet, but you're going to do a lot of damage at the field cultivator. You know, you're going to smear the soil and everything else, and it's just not going to be pretty. Second option, you can chisel it, but then you don't have any residue cover, and you're there's a lot more possibility for wind and water erosion. Because you buried all your residue in the fall time, so you could do that. But why we've gone a strip till is because right here, get in here in the springtime, you know, that's a nice mellow strip, and that dirt is actually warm to the touch. Yeah, that dirt feels warm on my hand. It is, you know, it's really heat. The sun, solar radiation's really heating that strip up. You know, you got a nice mellow strip. Still got some moisture underneath. It's still a little too wet to plant, but this strip will be a couple days earlier. It'll be ready to plant a couple days earlier before the unworked ground in the center. And you know, but it doesn't matter in the center because you don't plant anything there. You know, that's going to hold the soil in, and it'll help hold the water down a little bit as we get into, you know, if we happen to have a drier spring or something. But we got a nice dry strip for us to be able to plant into, and then the soil is going to be warm and help push that corn out of the ground quicker. You know, for more even emergence and everything. That's kind of key. You get even emergence, and I always say you want a corn plant, you want the entire field to come up within 48 hours of each other. So, you know, from the time the first corn seed pops out of the ground, you want the very last one in the field to be no later than 48 hours, and is what they say is the bet for best results. So that's why we do strip till. It's kind of a pain in the fall, but every spring we're always glad we strip tilled. Never regretted it once. We had one farm we worked last year, chiseled the bean stubble and came back in and worked it. It wasn't the same the whole year. We were glad we were wishing we'd strip tilled it. But that's just a little bit of just wanted to show you that. I was out here checking fields and thought that would be a decent video with a little bit of information there. So thanks for watching.